Hello everybody and welcome to That's Football. Manchester City have beaten Chelsea 3-1 in the Premier League. It ain't looking good for Lampard. Lampard out. We'll be talking about that. Man City in a title race without a shadow of a doubt. Defensively very, very strong, creating loads of chances, and they just look levels above Chelsea, who are really looking poor at the moment. Let's get into Chelsea. I mean, Chelsea really are like... It's like, you look at the summer they had. They finished fourth or joint third, because I think if you're on the same points in the same position, that means you joint something, United and Liverpool. But seriously, Chelsea finished in the top four last year. They spent a lot of money, and they don't look anything like they did last year. This is like, it's like getting, Lampard's, he had a transfer ban last year. He'd lost Hazard. He got in the top four. They were playing good football. There's something to build on there. He's done well. They lost a lot of games last year. I think they lost 12 Premier League games, but they still got top four. Let's improve the defence. Let's build on the attacking team that we've got. He gets loads and loads of money. What goes wrong? And it really is like being... He got the keys to the mansion. There's this mansion, right? And I've built it for you, Frank. The keys to the mansion. And you know what's in that mansion? You've got a cinema room. You've got two Ferraris in the drive. You've got a football pitch in the back garden. You've got a cinema room, like I said. You've got mirrored ceilings in the bedroom, if you know what I mean. It's absolutely superb. There's the keys. And Lampard goes, great. And they're on the way there with the team in the team bus. They get to the gate. Right, who's got the keys? Thiago Silva, Madam Sir. Where are they, Thiago? Oh, I've dropped them down the drain. They've blown it. They've absolutely blown it. This could have been a really big season for Lampard. Really big season for Chelsea. And it's all there for them, and they can't get through the gates. And it's confusing. And the only thing I can think about is that, did they buy too many players? And it's a bit like waking up on Christmas morning and having too many presents. No one's going to go, you know what? I think I've got too many presents to open here. Let's give them to some people who are less fortunate than ourselves. Let's give some to Arsenal, But that's not going to happen. And I wouldn't do that if I was Lampard. I'd be like, yeah, get me Havertz. Do you want Ziyech? Get me Ziyech. Get me that. But I think they've brought too many players in. They've disrupted whatever they had last year because there's too many coming in this year. The new players haven't gelled with the old players. The system doesn't exist anymore. The free-flowing Chelsea side that was creating chances doesn't exist anymore. It just looks a mess. And it's so much of a mess, I don't know that Lampard can fix it. I think what he had at the end of last season was something to build on, and then they've just chucked so much at it, they can't remember what they were building in the first place. So I think Chelsea are in trouble. And what I would say about Lampard out is he's lost 4 of his last 6 Premier League games and only won 1 of those last 6. Of course he's in massive danger. Of course his job's in danger. And I've been watching football for a long time, like some of you have. I know the Chelsea Roman Abramovich regime. I've seen them sack managers and I've thought, why? Ancelotti was one. This is one manager that under that regime, he should be sacked. Under the Chelsea regime of the last 15 years, he should be sacked. Will he be sacked? I don't know. I don't feel that. Where's the press pressure on Lampard? Oh, he's English, so we'll leave him alone. He should be under massive pressure. If that was Arteta, if that was Ollie, if that was Pep or anybody else, well, probably not Pep because they live up his arse as well, but they would be all over it. And Lampard should be under pressure. I like Lampard, but I think that summer's probably destroyed him. Too much, too soon, and it's destroyed everything. And this what this reminds me of with Chelsea at the other end is, remember Fulham getting promoted a couple of years ago? Bought too many players in, went straight back down. Villa came up last year, bought too many players, nearly went down. It's too much too soon. And this is why I said it in the summer. You can't complain if you're a Chelsea fan, you can't complain if you're Lampard, but too many players, you've got to upset the players that got you where you were last year to bring these new players in who might not settle. And it's a mess. It's a real mess. And you look at where Chelsea are in the league now. They've got 26 points. They're in 8th place. If Southampton win tomorrow, they go above them. There's West Ham on the same points, just goal difference separates them. Arsenal are now 3 points behind them. I mean, that's how you know you're having a bad season. Arsenal are 3 points behind you. As for Manchester City, they go up to 5th place. They're on 29 points. They've got a game in hand on Manchester United and Liverpool, so they can go up to 32 points, really. They're a point behind Man United and Liverpool, who play each other in a couple of weeks' time. So Man City very much in a title race, and their next 4 or 5 fixtures, or maybe 5 or 6 fixtures, basically Fulham at home every week. They'll win the next 5 or 6 games before they play Liverpool in February. So Man City bang in a title race again, and I think that they were very impressive tonight. Pep Guardiola, obviously, they're still inconsistent, Manchester City. They're still very inconsistent, but their defence is really good this year. They defended really well. Chelsea couldn't create anything. They swarmed them in the defence, and then they swarmed them in the attack. And realistically, that game could have been 5 or 6-0. To get out 3-1 and win the second half, Frank, give me a job, mate. Give me a job. I won the second half. But seriously, Man City almost in third gear second half. They've got that game won. Chelsea not creating anything. Can't wait to see Man United play Man City on Wednesday night in the Carabao Cup, actually, because it'll be a real good test for United about where they are. Because City are obviously a very good side. And realistically, at this moment in time, Spurs won't feel they're out of it. But I think this feeling, especially as a United fan, that it was Man United and Liverpool for the title, Man City are bang in there. In some ways, you could say Man City are as big a favourite as Liverpool are, but they're bang in there. And from a Chelsea perspective, look, top 4, Champions League football, Liverpool and Man City are definitely going to get it. I'd expect United to get it, although you never know with United. But where Chelsea are now, they're a long way behind. I mean, I think Man United have got a game in hand on Chelsea. Liverpool have got a game in hand on Chelsea, and we're 7 points ahead of them. So that becomes 10 points. Spurs are ahead and they have a game in hand. So Chelsea, big problems. Chelsea have played 17 games. They've got 26 points. Spurs have played 16 games. They've got 29 points. So they can go 6 points ahead of Chelsea if they win their game in hand. Man United and Liverpool, as I said, they can go 10 points ahead of Chelsea. Everton have got a game in hand on them. They can go 6. So Chelsea are going to have to do one now just to get top 4. So it's not looking good for Lampard. It's this Lampard, Arteta, Ollie thing, ex-player, new, rebuilds. Chelsea and Lampard look like they're in the best position a month ago. It changes really quickly. And the worrying thing is, at the moment, it looks great for Ollie and Arteta's starting to come back. In a month's time, it could swing round again. You just don't know. It's a crazy season. It's fantastic for the fans to keep an eye on. But look, massive win for Manchester City. Chelsea, I wouldn't be surprised if Lampard's sacked tomorrow. On the other hand, I wouldn't be surprised if he was still the manager next year, because, I feel that Chelsea have sort of tried to go down the patient route, when actually, when you look at it, I don't want Lampard to get sacked, if I'm honest, but he probably should. I don't know. Get in the comments, smash a like on the video, subscribe bottom right hand corner, and I'll speak to you soon.